Microphone check. Microphone is the microphone check. Microphone. Hey, what's happening? Have an interesting segment I want to run by you guys. Noticing a correlation in a older movie that I've seen back in the day called Children of the Corn. And it came out in 1977 by Stephen King. And based on current events that are happening that we all can see that are happening with our youth, I'm starting to see some interesting correlations going from science fiction, a novel, into reality. Let me explain. So let's start with the what. And please stick around for the entire video so we can get to know each other better. I'm new to this system, so I love to be a part of any applicable communities where we have a common denominator and interest. So back to it. What is Children of the Corn if you haven't seen the movie? So it's a 1984 film franchise, and it's a 1977 horror film that came out or that was produced by Stephen King in 1977. And what it is really what it means is like a creepy, frightening group of kids. Now, what does that mean exactly? In the original story, the phrase refers to fanatical, brainwashed cult of children living in an isolated town in Nebraska. The correlation that I see today in particular is first and foremost fanatical, second, brainwashed through cell phones and social media. And our children, folks, are just simply pissed off. But there's another one, I will not have a clip for this, is called He Who Walks Behind the Rose. What this is about essentially is that children violently murder all the adults and establish a society where anyone over the age of 18 is ritually sacrificed. Anyone over the age of 18. So they clearly want to get rid of old people. And look, why am I talking about this? Let's get into the why real fast. We have to talk about the EQ, the emotional intelligence of our youth today. And I want to let you know that there's so many different reasons why these kids are this way, but I'm going to get more into why I'm creating this video and the message that I want to get out there. I see a very definitive drop in emotional intelligence in our youth, and I mean jackknife. Don't believe me? There's tons of information out there from retired teachers that have deep concerns about the emotional intelligence of our children. And the reason why this is important is I don't see there's a lot of lack of empathy.
People jumping and dancing on cars along with fights breaking out. Just some of the mayhem police say played out.
There is poor communication.
And the summer just began. Where's the next one going to be?
Throw a dart at a map of the United States. That's where it will happen.
And there's a lot of limited self-awareness.
This is a team takeover, and they better not touch my car.
These are issues that is paramount in our youth today. I don't think there's enough focus on our youth and what we're going to do about it. I think that the emotional intelligence is on a steep decline. It's concerning, but where this is very important is these are the individuals that are going to be succeeding us. And everybody has their reasons on why this is happening. Some would say, "Oh, the father isn't around," which is a factor, or it's the system, it's the community, it's the culture. It's this race doing this and this race doing that. Let me be very clear. The number one reason this shit is happening is because of fucking social media. Period. It wasn't regulated properly, just like AI won't be. And all of you out there, the Gen Xers, the baby boomers, even the millennials, all of us that when we were younger, we didn't have social media. If we had social media back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, in the fucking 90s, the way we have it today, we would be fucked up too. So what am I saying? Leaders have fucked these kids over. Leadership across the board. Let me give you an example of something. This is what's interesting. We regulate drugs and put them on a schedule. We have big pharma that markets drugs all the time, and those are regulated. Alcohol is regulated. We have a lot of information out there and attention to don't smoke weed, don't do this. But I don't really hear a whole lot about regulating cell phones. 11 and 12 years old. So, whoops. 11 and 12 years old. What's that? Hold on a second. Yeah, 11 and 12 years old. Fuck it. Hold on a second here. Fuck this. Oh, man. All right. So, age 10. Fucking jeez. This is nuts. Age 10, roughly 42% of kids own a fucking phone. 10. Hi, parents. Sup? What's happening out there? 10 years old. 42% of kids own a phone. Age 11 to 12, 50% to 71%. And then age 14 plus, 90%. Now, I want you to think about that. How would you feel if your child was running down the hallway with a bottle of vodka? And if you come across this video and you get pissed or, oh, this guy's a retard and who's he to say this? Who I am is someone who don't have kids. And I don't have fucking kids because I knew this day was coming when I was a kid. I was around in the dot-com boom and I saw what was happening, even as rudimentary as it was at the time, what it was doing to people. It took people away from their families. It took people away from their girlfriends, their wives, their husbands, their jobs. And it was just nothing then. And then you plant this thing called a seed. And that seed is growing and growing and growing. The question is that doggy going to turn on you and bite you?